Wonderful. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Tanya Sheldon, and I'm so excited to be bringing you some really valuable information tonight. This is information that has been a part of my life for almost 15 years now. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is truly the next era of health and wellness. And maybe you have seen the movement that's been happening all around you, that it starts with yellow movement. I'm going to give explanation to that tonight for you. And what I'm going to be covering is we're going to talk about the concept of activation. We're going to talk about the company that represents activation, the industry that that company is a part of, how you can leverage it for your own life, and why the timing right now is so important. But first off, I just want to tell you a little bit more about me. I was a stay-at-home mom when this came into my life in 2011. And I was literally looking for extra income, but I did not want a boss. I wanted to be able to stay home with my kids and literally bring in more money and not have to answer to anyone but myself. And I was no stranger to the industry of network marketing. I was introduced to it when I was in college, and it was the people that I met at that moment that made me realize who I wanted to become. So I'm one of those girls that I really never knew what I wanted to do, but I always knew who I wanted to become. And I really believed from that moment I was introduced to this industry in college that this was the industry that I could make something of myself from. And since then, like I said, my girls were little when I got involved. So they have seen their mom truly blossom and grow because of this industry. There was a moment where you would not have caught me talking to you. And when I got in, there was no Zoom. We were standing in front of a room in front of people. And that scared me to death. And now today, I just know what I know, and it's an obligation that I have to share it with you. And I have the confidence because I've done the hard thing. And now talking to you it's my favorite thing. Along the way, I've developed tons of community. I've grown a team that is family to me now. This industry has also helped me move from Idaho back home to South Dakota, where my family is. And it's truly, if you look in the upper left, that's my husband, Kyle. These products and activation have completely changed his life. So I'm going to share with you right now what was shared with me back in 2011. This is an ABC investigative report that was done in 2005. And I am telling you, I just got off a call where there was a cardiologist on that call, and this cardiologist talked about the fact that people are more eager today than they have ever been to find solutions for their health. So this 2005 report, while it was in 2005, it was truly ahead of its time because we're going to show you the solutions that came from this ABC report, and I'll tell you why I get to share this story with you today.
Following video is an ABC primetime investigative report that started the biohacking revolution in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test. Wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. So, doctor, how often do I take these? And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Okay, and that's exactly what happened. People went to abcnews.com, flooding it, wanting this product. The problem was the researcher and scientist that created our flagship product, Protandim Nerf 2, that they talked about in the ABC report, he did not have the infrastructure to get that product out to the masses that were looking for it. He didn't have what was needed for the demand that was happening. So they tried different avenues, like putting it online sales, doing GNC, but while it sat in retail, it was a small nondescript bottle. People would walk into a GNC filled with products and they just didn't know what it did. So it was really overlooked. So they were going to sell off the company. But the gentleman that came in to look at that, he said, there's a story here to be told. What if you just simply change your distribution model, put it in the hands of people, and let them tell the story and see what happens? So they were not excited about it, our board of directors, but they decided, let's keep it on retail, put it in the hands of people like myself or the person that invited you to this Zoom. And they found that they tripled their sales, because when we like something, this is a world especially we're living in today. When someone loves something, they are going to tell you about it. And now we're giving you the ability, if you see fit, to make a business around this. And I'm so glad that I said yes to that. The other thing that happened after that ABC report aired is there were researchers and scientists all over the world that said, if your product does what you say it's going to do, we want to study it with other disease states. Because you heard in that ABC report, he said high levels of oxidative stress are linked to thousands of diseases. So that's what started happening. Research started coming in. Universities started studying our product. And now today, if you go to a site called PubMed, you can type in the word Protandim and you will see over 30 peer-reviewed studies. Now, we've got some institutions on this screen that will show you who has studied our flagship product, Protandim. One such study was done by Washington State University, and that study was done on the pathway that we activate with Protandim. That study stated NRF2, that's a pathway we activate, may well be the most extraordinary therapeutic and most preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's what we're talking about tonight. A product that has collectively over 115 human clinical and cell studies activates 5,000 genes and has 15 patents issued and pending on it currently. And you can see this publication from Newsweek that we were in. It says LifeVantage envisions a future where the concept of activation is mainstream and our science-backed approach is widely recognized. That's what we want. Activation to be mainstream because so many people do not know what it means. Most are just equipped and know the term supplementation. Now, we know that there are so many supplements on the market, and we probably know, you and I, a lot of people that over supplement. Their pantry is full of them. Some are not even open, some are half open, and some they're not even sure why they bought it because they don't remember what it does, right? That's what supplementation actually does, is it's just adding more to the body, more vitamins, more ingredients, more products, and suddenly your body doesn't know what to do with anything that is coming its way. We know the term antioxidants, right? And so Protandim Nerve 2, through that pathway we're turning on, we are triggering your antioxidant enzymes. We're triggering your body to turn them on and work the way it's meant to work. Now, in order to get that, you would have to look at this. You would have to eat 400 oranges daily, 500 cups of broccoli daily, 110 cups of blueberries daily, or 120 vitamin C tablets daily. And we know that's ridiculous. No one would ever want to do that. With Protandim, it starts with yellow, a little yellow pill. You take one a day and look at that chart. We saw it in the ABC report. Without Protandim, your oxidative stress levels are going to go up and your body is going to feel dis-ease, right? With Protandim, after 30 days, they could not distinguish the blood from an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. That's what we're talking about here. It's a big deal. So again, it starts with yellow. When you take Protandim NRF2, that's the pathway, your body is making its own antioxidants. And we simply do this. It's a blend of God's pharmacy, 5 plants combined together that will reduce that oxidative stress in your body. A normal cell, you can see what that looks like in the lower right. And then once it starts getting bombarded by free radicals, the food we eat, the damage from the air, the ozone, gosh, it's really getting windy outside. The air we breathe, our toxins, everything, EMFs, our world is not getting better and our body needs protection. And this is what Protandim Nerve 2 is going to give you. So your own antioxidants are more than 1,000,000 times more powerful than any supplement that you can take. Okay, so that is not all that we activate. I said that we are an activation company. We also, along with our Protandim line, activating the Nerve 2, mitochondrial and NAD pathways, we also activate collagen peptides. We all know the word peptides. It's very popular in the world today, right? Imagine if you could activate 5 different types of collagen within your own body. That's what we're talking about here. Activating your own gut peptides. Imagine if you could activate 14 key gut peptides to regulate, repair, and restore balance within your gut. Our P84 system, you guys, has 84 superfood blends within it that are going to help you with probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics, along with digestive enzymes. We have activation in our skincare. Imagine having a skincare that is so clean and will allow your body to have the kind of activation that you're getting from your supplementation, right? That's a really big deal. And then we activate mental energy that's going to give you clarity, focus, stamina, and not have that crash. And it's going to be healthy and good for you. Now, this is the beautiful thing about LifeVantage. We have products, right, that we're going to sell you individually, of course. But what happens is we have found that when we put Protandim at the center, our flagship product, and we then layer it with some of those other activators that I just showed you, there is always this beautiful synergy that takes place. So then we combine them and put them in a stack. So you can see for beauty on the left, we've got our collagen with Protandim. That's our healthy glow stack. This is literally helping the stress cycle within your cells. Imagine that happening. Gut health, when we put it along with P84, we're activating even more peptides within your gut. We know that everything starts with the gut. They say it's actually your first brain. We put Protandim Nerve 2 with our Axio. You're getting that mental clarity. You're activating those SOD, glutathione, those things that are so important for brain health. And then again, we took that Protandim name and we branded it with two other products that collectively are called our Trisynergizer that are going to clean your cell. When you have a happy cell, you can be well. That's what it's all about. This is activation. And again, it starts with yellow, Protandim Nerve 2. That is the thing that started all of it. So a little bit more quickly about our TrueScience Liquid Collagen. Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and I wanted to show you some of those now. You can see the collagen density. It is increased by 100%, you guys, and you can see what that has done for people. Again, activating 5 collagen peptides. Look at her arm after 21 days. Now, we're talking about skin, hair, nails, blood vessels, your joints, your cartilage, your nerves, and cell communication. Do you think that activating collagen within your body is a really good thing as you age, especially for your joints, especially for your blood vessels, especially for cell communication? It's a really big deal. And then here are some more. This is our activation line, different before and afters through our different products. You've got a before and after here with cellular activation. Look how this has changed her life, right? Internally, externally. We've got someone here at 40, she's 40 at 47. Look how she looks at the age of 62. Look how she looks. And she's going to tell you all day long about activation because it has changed her life so much. You've got hair, the hair growth in the upper right from our hair system, the skin that has changed because of our skincare system. And again, more collagen stories you can see in her face and in hands, the joints that have changed. And then in the very middle, this is one of my very favorite. It doesn't show the before like I wanted to. Sorry about that. But the before actually would show a 9-year-old boy being on Protandim and Axio, and beforehand having a really hard time focusing with his handwriting. And you would have seen, it's not on here very well, I apologize for that, but the words were all over the place and you could just tell there was a lack of focus. But after, it's exactly what you see. Afterwards, after taking Protandim and Axio, the handwriting is better, the words are lined up, and you can tell there's obviously more clarity and more attention that can be found because the brain is at more peace. Okay, so this is what we have. If you have a health problem that you are seeking solutions for, more than likely we have that solution for you. Anywhere from energy, brain, the gut, anti-aging, cells, skin, eyes, collagen, hair, sleep, pet, weight, longevity, we probably have the solution that you're looking for. So just get back to the person that told you about this and they can find out what solution you're seeking, and then we can help you get to an answer and find out what fits best for you. We want you to join our movement. Whether you become a customer or a consultant, we want people experiencing these products, experiencing what activation is like, so that more and more people can find out about it, because there are so many phenomenal stories from what we give to people. So if you find that you want to become a customer, we welcome that. We would love for you to become a customer. With our customers, you save 10% and you earn rewards and credits for future discounts. You have free shipping on your first time orders with a subscription, and you get a free gift with your initial order of 190 or more. But there is a much bigger issue happening today in the world, right? When we look at this chart, we are seeing that the cost of living is going up. It is rising at a very rapid rate, but the wages are not. Wages are staying steady and they are not increasing the way that we want them to. They are not keeping up with the demand of the cost of living. 80% of credit cards issued right now have an unpaid balance of over $7,000. Many people aren't able to retire until they're 70 years old or more. much more than that, I think, today. The average first-time home buyer is not 28 years old anymore. They're 40. 40 years old is the average first-time home buyer, and 90% of households have less than 3 months of living expenses saved. So with that, I want to show you something called the cash flow quadrant. This really changed everything for me when I saw this. This shows you how cash and money flows through our economy. And on the left, that is where 95% of the population lives. And that 95%, you guys, only makes up 5% of the wealth in the world. 95% of people only making up 5% of the world because they are an employee working a job, they have a boss, and if they're not working, they're not getting paid. Or they're self-employed, but that job owns them. Again, if they are not there, the wheel is not spinning and they are not getting paid. So what we want to do is to help people earn their way over to the right side. That is where only 5% of the population lives, but they make up 95% of the wealth in the world. And just the problem is just so many people don't know how to get over there. They don't know that there is something available to them that they could invest in for a very low dollar amount and make it their own and create leverage in their life to make a living that helps them to not have to answer to anyone like I wanted and still be able to take care of their family and live the life that they want to live. That's what we get to show you through network marketing. That's what this industry does. Here's another synopsis of just how valuable this industry can be for your life, okay? So if you look at the first column, it's going to show you monthly sales in our company, okay? Those monthly sales go with a rank. So you've got our ranks, and then you've got, if you bring in this amount of sales on a monthly basis, you're at a certain rank. Now, what I'm showing you here is how much you would need to invest in order to make per month what our ranks can give to you. So for instance, if we look at Senior Consultant 1, that means you're bringing in $2,000 in monthly sales. You're making an average of $260 a month. Leveraged income coming in, customers, consultants ordering every single month because we have products that are consumable. You would have to invest $52,000 and be earning 6% back in order to get a revenue stream of $260 a month. Now, on average, people are doing that in 5 months. You can do that within 5 months in our company. Think of that. This is a really big deal, what we can offer to people. Okay, now we're going to look at this Managing Consultant 1. This is where now you're growing a team. You have other people that are doing what you're doing. Everybody has customers. There's 10,000 coming into your business every single month. And the average income is about $1,400. In order for you to have an income stream of $1,400 a month coming in every single month, you'd have to invest $288,600. We can help you achieve that on an average of 15 months. You guys, most people will never get to this point. Most will never even get to this point where they'll have enough that's on hand that's extra to actually invest to create an extra revenue stream. And with this model, you not only get to create that for your life, but community comes with it. Growth comes with it. When you invest into a system like LifeVantage, you get to evolve yourself and you get to earn along the way. You get to learn while you earn. You get to earn while you learn. But I mean, you just get to grow in these massive ways because you're not doing it by yourself. So what's done for you within this business model is you get your own website. The products are being shipped on your behalf. There's business metrics that are all done for you. There's no inventory that you have to handle. The invoicing is all done on the backside. And honestly, it's only going to get better. It's only getting better. You get paid for gathering customers, building a team. You can do both. You can do one or the other. It's up to you because it's your business. You can get paid for developing leaders and really just using what that's my favorite thing, using what I have learned to infuse into other people. And I get paid for that, right? That's crazy. And you get paid on what the company has already done. There is a global revenue sharing program that you can get a piece of if you choose to get there. So you can work for an income or you can build a leveraged income, and leveraged income will change your life. So, why this moment matters, like I said, that cardiologist just said on the other call, people are eager and they are looking for solutions. More and more people are trying to take their health into their own hands. They're doing at-home tests. They're trying to figure things out because they can't go and get answers anywhere else. So they're trying to take it into their own hands. We have solutions that people are looking for. We just need more people sharing the story and opening their mouth and bringing them to Zooms like this. And we also are launching into other companies. We just launched into Iceland and we just launched into Portugal. So there's a lot of international expansion that's taking place. And this is what we're building, this beautiful community of like-minded people that want to be healthy, that want to help change other lives, that want to travel the world together, and that just want to take care of their families and know that life's going to be okay. That's what we're building here. We're building community, we're building families, we're building a legacy, and we're also building you. I am not the same person I was when I came in 2011, but I had a burning desire to change my life. And I did what I was told, and I leaned into the system. And more importantly, I leaned into what other people had for me, and I let them help me rather than trying to do it on my own. So these are the packs that can help get you started to become a business consultant within LifeVantage. These are the 3 options that are so crucial and so good for you. The business pack is where I highly recommend coming in, because why wouldn't you want to try as many products as possible? It gives you the highest savings that you're ever going to get. Once you invest, you are done. Now you are in. You only have to renew every year. On the date that you renewed, you'll be charged $50 to say, I want to keep my consultant status and I want to continue to be a part of this business. And that's it. Everything else is done for you. Then it's just a matter of you making of this exactly what you want to make of it. So I will tell you that when I got into this business, the first $300 I made was life-changing. I felt like I could walk on water because it was exactly the gap that we needed when we lived in Colorado and my husband got laid off and we had to move to Idaho. That $300 was everything. An extra $300 to people today would be everything. So many people could use that. And I just want to reiterate again, this isn't a business you have to do on your own. This is a business you can do with other people. And most importantly, these are products that I promise you, if you take them and you give them time and you allow your body to activate and let them go to work for you, you're going to see just how special activation is. So this is never just about products. It's about people becoming who they were created to be. What starts as a product often becomes a purpose. It did for me. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to begin. The opportunity isn't what you see today. It's who you become because of it. Your next chapter doesn't need permission. It just needs a decision. So what if you're not finished and your next chapter is ready for you? Are you ready to move yourself forward? Are you ready to move your family forward? Get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom. Let them know where you're at and what more information you need. And I thank you for being here. Have a great night.